In the next few minutes, I'm going to let you know how to monetize your APIs in the easiest possible way. All right. Hi, I'm Aditya from Dona Labs, and this is Aptos x402. So, x402 is an agentic payments protocol originally built by Coinbase to let anyone monetize their APIs. So, if anyone wants to have access to your API endpoints, they first have to pay before they get access to the resources. Here is how the protocol works. A client requests a protected resource, and the server responds back with a 402 payment required status code. We sign a transaction using Aptos X402 SDK and send the signed transaction back with the request in the X payment header. The server verifies and settles the payment on chain through our facilitator in about 1.5 seconds because we are on Aptos. Once the payment is confirmed, the API responds back to the client. We chose Aptos for speed and reliability so we can make micropayments practical and fast. Let me now just show you how you can protect your API endpoint using Aptos X402. So you just enter your recipient address, the API endpoints that you want to protect, how much you want to charge, your network, and the facilitator address as well. And that's it. Your API endpoint is now protected using just few lines of code and Aptos X402. So here's this weather API protected by Aptos X402. You can see how much time it took for the API endpoint to return back the response along with the response itself. We can also see the network logs and see we have received a 402 payment required at first, following with a 200 response after making the payment. We can also see the transaction hash on chain for the transaction confirmation and see that this amount of APT was transferred from the sender to the receiver. The only reason we could deliver this API response in under 2 seconds is because we're built on Aptos and we're harnessing Aptos' parallel execution that makes it really fast and suitable for agentic payments infrastructure. Well, the wait's finally over and Agent Composer is finally here. We're going to be releasing Agent Composer for the first few users as a beta testing feature. You can just create new agents, provide access to any API endpoints that are X402 compliant, and chat with the agent. So this is the chat interface you'll see for interacting with the agent. I have already funded this agent and I'll just ask the agent now for some data through an X402 protected API endpoint. So I'll ask the agent what is the weather in San Francisco right now. So under the hood, it is calling an LLM, and the LLM, if required, will call a third-party API and pay for whatever resource that it wants to access through X402. See, we have gotten the response and a transaction hash for development purposes as well. We can see the amount being transferred from the sender to the receiver. Well, this was Agent Composer. But apart from this, we've been working on a lot of new things. Like this Aptos native poker game, where AI agents will play against each other and you can bet on any single agent that you think would win. In the future, you could also train your own AI agents and let the agents play on your behalf. And the fun part is, every single payment is being handled by Aptos X402 library. So the infrastructure that we are building plays a crucial role in defining the future trajectory where Aptos would stand in the agentic payments game. You can find the team and the product on Twitter with these usernames. Well, this was Aptos X402. Thank you for your time.